Well, welcome back to GURPS channel. Gonna roll up a couple random spaceships today using my space randos. Pew pew pew. Rules. I've got them kind of here in my GM screen. I've got them printed here. There are 5 pages in total, and these allow you to basically generate a space crawl on the fly. Everything from random missions to random space station layouts to random points of interest, random encounters in stellar space, in interstellar space, random habitats, random, what else we got here? Area features, random spaceship generation, and some random space monster generation. Now that works off of the Spaceships random tables. The idea being these are giant space mutant monsters, basically space whales, floating, flying through space. They somehow were engineered or evolved or devolved or something to be able to live in space. So they're just more cannon fodder for my spaceships. So anyways, the way this works is we take 3 of everything. So that's 3d6. We'll take our 3d4s. We got 3d8s here somewhere, I think. There's 3 8s, 3 10s. And this will help us fill every section in the hull. 3 12s, gotta love those 12s. Not used enough. And 3 20s. Now, let's get this party started. Every ship has these stats. I'm not going to use my fancy character sheet here today because I just want to roll some up quick. And my printer is out of ink, and I cannot. I don't want to fill up my nice character sheets that I showed today, because I will be needing these sheets for a real campaign in the near future. So we'll just leave these blank, and for my little demonstration, I'll just write these suckers out. It can be done fast enough. So here we go. Every ship has a size modifier, SM, right? Then they have a hit points slash strength. Now these are Deca hit points and Deca strength. They're times 10 when compared to a normal human. And every ship has a frame type. Let's put frame. The frame type being streamlined or unstreamlined. You can also modify that with a winged streamlined as well. And then from there we have hull sections. So we'll have, I'll put fore section, the mid section, and the aft. Take it right in the aft. Okay, and then there's 6 sections in each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll just fore section will be listed here, mid section, and so on. And then 2 of these sections have a core, which is embedded right in the middle. It's kind of the most protected spot. You can have 2 cores. You can place them in 2 of your 3 sections. I always like to put my core section in, I'll just write it here, core. I always like to put it in the mid section and the aft, and then leave the front, whatever, doesn't need to, but it depends on your space ship design, like how you want to picture it visually, how it's laid out. It doesn't really matter for combat or game purposes. It doesn't really matter. Every ship starts with, let's just consult my table here. Spaceship generation. Each ship gets 1 engine thruster, so we'll place that anywhere we want to start with. I'll place that back here in the aft. 1 engine, and that is a reactionless thruster. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Tech level needs to be recorded here too. What tech level? All my ships are tech level 10 with the super science switch on. for reactionless thrusters and super science technology in the star drives as well, jump drives specifically. Okay, so we got one engine at 0.5 G thrust. So everybody's ship by default can move half a G. It can accelerate at half a G endlessly because it is a electric engine. And we also get a reactor for free to power that thruster. And I'll put that in the core, in the middle of the ship, because that is radioactive atom bomb, basically sitting there churning away. Antimatter, I believe, is how this one's powered at this tech level. We can look that up. In fact, let's do that now. Reactors, where are my reactors? Power plant, reactor. At tech level 10, yes, we're running antimatter. If damaged, may explode. It is a volatile system. Love that. Okay, yes. That goes without saying, but I'll just, for purposes here today, I'll put the star just so you know that it's, if that core is ever hit and cracked, we're rolling some nasty chance dice to see if that sucker explodes and vaporizes most of the ship. Yes, okay, so at tech level 10, the internal fuel gives, the reactor works for 2 years, and it gives us 4 power points. Each system provides 4 power points. That is slick. It's an antimatter. Okay, so we got 4 power points out of that baby. I'll just write that in there. Everybody has the same, so it's not usually needs to be remembered. But and everybody has, we get for free a control room. Now, for just for cool factor, looks factor on this ship, where would we could roll randomly, that's what I often do, but where would we put the control room, like the bridge? Let's put the bridge at the, let's say it's on the top, and we'll just put it in the mid. Okay, so we're gonna put, we want it at the front? Yeah, we'll put it in the mid, on the top. Control room. Okay, so we've got our 3 freebie systems: control room, engine thrusters, power reactor, and the rest is up to the dice. Now this is fun. You gotta love chucking dice, right? And in GURPS, we're confined to 3d6 all the time, and it really burns my bottom sometimes. I love chucking the polyhedrals, so this gives me a chance to. All right, so first off, actually, let's roll the old 3d6 on spaceship size. Let's get the size of the ship. This is skewed on the bell curve to be, you pretty much always end up with a size level 5, 6, or 7, okay? 10, a roll of 10 or 11 gets you a 7. This is a roll of 12, so that gives me the size level 6. So SM plus 6, not a huge ship, but that's fine, that's perfect for our party, our characters. Size level 6 has 30 hit points. Deca hit points, that is, and 1d6 to find out the space frame of the thing, and it is unstreamlined. Unstreamlined. Okay, now here we go. This ship currently has no weapons, no armor, and no systems. All it has is a power reactor, control room, and an engine, so it can drive around. That's it. It can fly around. It doesn't even have enough thrust to land or take off in Earth's atmosphere. But that may change. Okay, so we'll just start reading across. Okay, from here, and we'll just place things as they lie. I'll just set this here. Number 1 in the 4 section of the hull. Number 1 in the number 1 space is a fuel tank. Cool, okay, we've got a fuel tank. Not needed until I get a star drive. Hopefully I get a star drive. We'll just remove that die. Number 3 gives us another engine. Nice, okay, another engine. So So these stack. That's another 0.5 G. So now we're up to 1 G thrust total, 14. So as you can see, this, once you get the idea, you can bang these things out pretty quick if you're not narrating to an audience. We got a hangar bay in the front. That's cool, right in the front. Can launch some smaller ships maybe. We're not a huge ship to begin with. Maybe we'll have a shuttle. Maybe I could buy a shuttle and stick it in the bay. Next we have a 10, which is a sensor array. Nice to have sensors. So that's so with your control room, you do get a very basic level sensor array. That just got me an upgrade by 1 level. That upgrades me to perhaps a multi-sensor. I forget. I'll look at that up later. Number 4. Oh, we've got the star drive now. Beautiful. We do have a star drive, and that is in the front section. Next, we have a number 6. That is a weapon. Nice. Weapon battery, and it's a D12. That is a spinal. What? Oh, yeah. No. That's a change in rules. Okay. This will be a primary. We've got a primary weapon. Weapon. Okay, we will roll what kind of weapon that is later. It can be a laser, a missile, or a gun. And then there's additional options you can add to those, of course. High rate of fire or things like that. Okay, so I'm not going to put a core in the front, so we'll leave that. Number 1, in midsection, we get another fuel tank. All right, okay, great. So this means so far we've got a star drive and we have enough fuel for 2 jumps before we need to refuel. That's great. Oh, number 4, we got another star drive. Okay, now things are getting interesting. This is a fast ship. It's got 1 G of thrust in stellar space movement, which ain't bad at all. It can now land and take off from Earth-like planets. Very useful for hauling cargo, though we don't have any cargo holds yet. Now we have 2 star drives. This is a long-range hauler, perhaps. Well, actually, it's got a weapon. It's more of a strike craft at this moment. We can, with the 2, each star drive added, adds another parsec to your jump distance, okay? So we've got 2 fuel tanks, we can do 2 jumps, and now we can jump 2 parsecs per jump. So that is pretty slick. This is a long-range ship. Looking good. Okay, continuing on. 3. We got another engine. Another thruster. All right. I love it. I love the fast ship. So that's 1.5 G this sucker's capable of. Another design switch I just hand wave in. Every ship has artificial gravity. I don't want to deal with spin gravity and the mechanics of that and blibbity blah. Everybody's just standing on the bridge like they do in Star Trek. Continuing on. Sensor array upgrade. All right. More sensors. Okay, so now we've got 2 sensor upgrades. Okay, we're going to have some pretty slick onboard sensors on this guy now. Number 4 gives us another star drive. Oh my goodness. This thing's like a fast, long distance, like courier or something. It's got a hangar bay, so it can launch. Interesting. Okay, let's continue on and see what this thing evolves into. Oh, there's gonna be yeah, anyways, we'll see. Because of our 3 systems that we got for free that were added in, I did need to pull out 3 random dice. So let's just continue on. I forgot to do that. But, another fuel tank. Awesome. I'll just keep going down and we'll just burn up all these and then remove the last ones. 3 is another engine. Oh my goodness, this thing is just a rocket. 0.5 G. So where are we at now? We're at 2 Gs this thing can pull. Gee whiz. Okay, 9. What's a 9? That's something interesting. Oh, cool. External clamp. Nice. Okay. External clamp. So we can dock with space stations more easily. We can dock. We can clamp onto asteroids or other ships. That's great. That's useful. 10 more sensors. Okay, this is like a fast science ship and a 2. Cargo. Oh, we finally got some cargo. Oh boy, eh? Oh boy, this is interesting. These were weird rolls, actually. 9. External clamp. Oh, yeah, I have one more. Okay, so I've got 2 dice left, and I have one more core system. Maybe we'll just choose between which is the best. Cargo, again, or 9 being external clamp. So let's take another cargo. Yeah, we'll just do that. That's a nice way to give some option to the players. Okay, so there we have it. This is a very interesting ship. We've got a hangar bay and 2 cargo bays. That's not bad. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's get to know this ship a bit. It's a size level 6, so it's a smaller ship. What kind of cargo bay does that guy have? That's 5 tons each. Okay. 5 tons, so that's 10 tons worth of hauling capability. And then a hangar bay. Hangar bay is good for 3 tons because it has some launch equipment and recovery equipment and stuff like that. Takes up some more space and weight, but it can, store okay. Now, I realized here it's very odd. Chances are high. I really should have rolled some armor. I got none, so no big deal. Many of these ships come out that way. I didn't get any armor. I just needed to roll a 5. So when you're rolling, D4s to D20s, everything can roll a 5 except for the D4s. So. And 7 would have been habitat. I didn't get a single habitat. So these guys have to live. This is a short range, well, it's long range jump capability. I think I should swap out the hangar for habitat. Let's see if we can do that price-wise. So this is where the characters, they can do some swapping for money. It's 30k, sorry, 10,000 for a hangar bay. What's a habitat worth? 10,000 for a hangar bay. Is that right? Yep, 10,000. Ooh, 100,000 for a habitat. Oof. Okay. That hurts, is what that does. Yep. Okay. These guys are they're gonna be living rough. They're sleeping in hammocks in the cargo bay. Yep. That's what we got for now. This is really welfare. So the premise behind my Space Randos game setting, which these rules are meant for, is that these guys come from a backwater, very isolated, but self-sufficient planet with a bit of tech. They have the tech to build this ship, of course, but there's not a lot of this tech available. It's given to the characters because they're the only nuts willing to leave the planet and go into monster-infested, deadly outer space and travel around and do some scouting. They suspect that other planets have survived the last war, but most of the galaxy, the Galactic Empire, is in ruins. There's nano swarms and terrible biological and radiological weapons unleashed on planets and across the galaxy. Not much is left, but there's a lot to explore, a lot to salvage, and a lot to recover, and they're hoping to make contact with other colonies. So they send out these ragtag characters. The idea being the characters would be generated randomly too. So they start off as absolute doofuses, and but they improve as they go. So this ship does have a weapon, which is pretty nice. How many times have I made a ship with no weapon to start off with, and we had to do some trading, free trading, to buy a weapon or something, swap out a system. Same with this guy. He's got lots of speed. He can outrun everything pretty well he's going to come across. He's got great sensors. He'll detect anything before they ever see him, and then he can be gone before they get a shot off. He does have a weapon if need be. He's got no armor, so that's cool. He's fast. He's not tough. Makes for an interesting ship. He can jump... how many star drives that thing got? 1, 2, 3 star... Oh, boy. He can jump a total of 6 parsecs before needing to refuel, which is amazing. It can haul 10 tons of cargo with 3 tons in the hangar bay. Hangar bays can double as cargo as well. Three fuel tanks. No, I'm sorry. He can jump 9 parsecs. That is crazy. He's got an external clamp. Unstreamlined ship. It's a flying brick. It doesn't look sleek at all. Cool ship though. Cool ship. It's run by it's gonna have to be a rough crew, because for a while, till they can make some money, they have no habitat, so they have no bunks to sleep in, no quarters to themselves. Everybody's sleeping in the engineering room. Maybe actually don't have an engineering room. They're sleeping beside the reactor core, perhaps, or in the hangar bay. Very cool. And that is how we generate a random spaceship. Things left to do is maybe pick out the weapon, or roll randomly. Weapons, as I mentioned, can be laser cannons or missile launchers. Oh yeah, one other thing I'm just noticing here. The reactor puts out 4 power points, and we have 4 engines, engine thrusters, and 3 star drives. So that makes for an interesting decision-making time for the captain or the engineering officer, because he has to dedicate 4 power points to use all 4 thrusters. If he wants to activate the star drives, he's got to cut power to the thrusters and give 3 points to the star drives, or he could just engage 1 star drive for 1 point. If he wants to fire the weapon, if it's a laser, we haven't chosen that yet, if the primary weapon is a laser, it will take a power point to run that bad boy as well. You can't shoot it unless you're got her powered up. Hangar bays, okay, do not require power. Very good. Anything else? High power systems? Nope, that's it. Okay, so that power reactor is it's fairly sufficient for this ship. It's not underpowered, I wouldn't say. Anyways, that is how I like to generate my random ships. You can download my generation tables from the link below in the description. Roll on.